What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Frank here, the Red Sire guy. So recently IGN revealed a new gameplay trailer of Middle-earth Shadow of War, a gameplay walkthrough if you will of the city of Minas Ithil. So I'm just going to do a quick analysis of that trailer, and if you want to watch the full uninterrupted trailer, then head on over to IGN's channel or their YouTube channel where you can watch the trailer in 4K. But further ado, let's look at this trailer and see what we can find.
Hi, I'm Mike DePlata from Monolith Productions, and today we're extremely excited to give you a first look at the Gondorian city of Minas Ithil.
So from the get-go here, you can see that Minas Ithil is at the back and the graphics is improved vastly from the gameplay reveal trailer. When the gameplay reveal trailer a couple of weeks ago got released, a lot of people complained that it looked outdated, but it was alpha gameplay. So it's safe to assume, I'm just speculating here, that this is not alpha gameplay because the game is set for release in about 4 months. So this could still be part of the alpha gameplay, just the updated version, but there's no indication on the screen that this is alpha gameplay.
Which is under siege from the Dark Lord's forces.
We need to do something. Taking out the captain should buy the Gondorians some time.
And they could lead us to the Palantir. We must find a worm and make him talk.
So just like in the original game, Talion and Celebrimbor has different ideas basically that they want to do. Talion talking about the Gondor army and Celebrimbor talking about the Palantir. And obviously the Palantir plays a big role in the Lord of the Rings movies, and with Saruman being one of the main plots of the movies. So it'll be interesting to see what aspect of that will be, how big of a role that will play in Shadow of War. And another thing you can notice is that it says hold A to move forward, is obviously clearly indicating that this is Xbox One gameplay. It won't be Xbox Scorpio gameplay, they'll probably reveal that at E3. This could also be PC gameplay with an Xbox controller. So it's either PC gameplay or Xbox One, but I'm just going to go with that it's Xbox One gameplay. At the bottom there is obviously an orc encampment.
I'm going to show you some combat and some exploration in the open world. Here we're beginning near an orc encampment on the edge of the mountains near Kirathungal. And from here, we're going to go and get some intel on the orc forces. Dominating an enemy worm takes us into the army screen.
So obviously here you can see the army screen is much similar than the original game. At those three orcs that are in shadow, you can see that there are symbols above their heads, just like in the original game. And it's obviously some sort of quest related thing. And then at the top you have the captains, and then basically you have to retrieve intel from a certain orc.
We can see that our target is an orc commander.
The captain leading the search is in the lower city.
Then he will go no further.
You should have kept your mouth shut.
As we approach the city, we can see how we can use combat opportunities to defeat our enemies. The orc grog barrels make great targets.
Here you can see when you use this arrow that the outlining of the screen isn't as dark as it was in the original game.
We need to target their captains.
Also, another thing you can notice is the fact that the interface is very similar to that of Shadow of Mordor, which is nice because the game feels similar yet it feels new. Also, you can have sprinting you can boost sprinting of the elven speed, which drains the focus.
He's close. The Wraith world will reveal his presence.
Here we can use our Wraith vision.
There you can see when you use the Wraith vision at the top in the middle and at the top right corner you can see Sauron's eye, and I'll be curious to see how much that will play in a role, if it'll be basically if you'll be in danger if you use this Wraith mode too often. And another thing I noticed is the fact that the Wraith mode isn't as foggy as it was in Shadow of Mordor, and also the enemies stand out a little bit more.
To identify the orc commander and learn his strengths and weaknesses. The new urban environment creates a lot of verticality and new gameplay opportunities for stealth and movement.
Basically the game feels more like Assassin's Creed.
We can see the commander is training enemy forces for the assault to come.
All right, form up!
Now in Shadow of War, the Nemesis system is much more seamlessly integrated with the story. So this commander will be unique for every player. And in Shadow of War, Talion is not just fighting on his own against the Orc hordes. We're going to meet a lot of new allies and fight alongside the Gondorian army.
At the top left corner you can see it says clear the area to rescue the sergeant. I'm curious, if you decide not to rescue the sergeant, what impact that will have in the story, if it'll be some sort of dynamic story, or if you will basically just fail the mission and have to restart it. It'll be nice if the story basically goes on despite the fact that you didn't rescue the sergeant.
We will bury you all!
Ithil is a shield maiden of Gondor.
Sealing the gate! Move out! Move out!
Let's follow her and help the Gondorians as they retreat to the upper city.
Ithil was a character that was revealed in the gameplay announcement trailer, the CG trailer, a while back, about a month ago. So it's nice that we finally have a name to the face.
We can get a really good idea of the epic scale of the city and the battle that's taking place here.
It's not much further!
This city is Gondor's last line of defense on the borders of Mordor. We've reached the gate, and Talion...
That spear is definitely a new weapon, and I can remember the devs speaking about it during a livestream event, so it's nice that we can finally see the spear. And if you look at Talion's health at the bottom left, you can see that his health bar is about halfway, which is nice because in the original announcement gameplay he was basically in god mode and couldn't die. So it is nice to see that he does take damage and that he can actually die, and this is actual gameplay and not as scripted as the original gameplay announcement.
Can hold off the Orc forces, giving the Gondorians a chance to retreat. So that was a quick run-through of one section of the open world in Minas Ithil. However, the city is absolutely enormous, and it presents many more opportunities for gameplay, story, characters, and exploration.
There you can see the other character from the gameplay announcement CG trailer. So now we know Ithil is there, but we don't have a name for that other guy yet. So these two characters will obviously play a big role in the story, and obviously they are not co-op in the gameplay.
Everything from Celebrimbor's hidden barrows.
This is interesting because the barrows is basically a place where somebody was buried. So if you're going to visit the place where Celebrimbor was buried, it'll be interesting to see how that will impact the story. I do hope that it's not something like we saw in Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know if you guys can remember when you went underground and you had to do all those objectives, which was very annoying, to be honest.
To pitched battles in the arena, to taking command of enemy siege beasts and decimating the enemy army.
So here obviously siege beasts play a big role, as it does look like some sort of mini game almost, where you take command of a siege beast and then have to defend the city. It almost looks like a tower defense kind of a game where you have to either divert orcs or just attack orcs that's coming through certain sections. Nevertheless, it is interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this part of the game.
And of course the Nemesis System.
Your city will burn. The scourge of men will be cleansed by fire.
We're looking forward to showing you much more gameplay from Minas Ithil and the rest of Mordor, but thank you very much for watching this first reveal.
So that was the first reveal, actually the first walkthrough of Shadow of War regarding Minas Ithil. So what did you guys think of it? There's a lot to actually digest from this and a lot to basically dissect. So I'll definitely have a couple of follow-up videos, separate videos about the information that I can find that I look through on a timely manner. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys find most interesting in this gameplay walkthrough. I would love to know some of your thoughts, and for more Shadow of War content, click that subscribe button and enable those notifications. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve my videos. My name is Frank, I'm the Red Tie Guy, and frankly, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.